Before the world would come to know his name, history was already turning toward a moment it could not yet understand. Empires ruled through force, and power was measured by control. Yet the beginning of this story did not rise from palaces or command. It arrived quietly, through a promise spoken long before its fulfillment. In an ordinary place far from authority and influence, a child was born. No throne awaited him, no army stood guard. And yet the meaning of this moment reached far beyond the walls that surrounded it. Because some events reshape the world not by what they display, but by what they introduce. What entered the world that night was not dominance, but hope, small in appearance, immeasurable in consequence. As time passed, awareness began to grow. Not through announcement or spectacle, but through quiet recognition. There was a presence that could not be fully explained, yet could not be ignored. Something about this life drew attention without demanding it. Light does not always arrive suddenly. Sometimes it reveals itself gradually. Through moments of wonder, through understanding taking shape. Those who watched sensed meaning beyond the ordinary. Not power, not authority, but purpose beginning to form. Nothing outward had changed, yet something within the world had shifted. A calm certainty emerged, that this child was not simply growing in years, but moving steadily towards something greater. And though few yet understood what it meant, the light had begun to reveal itself. Quietly, clearly, undeniably.
I am Herod, ruler of Judea, crowned by Rome, feared by many. I was not born to power, I seized it. And I learned early that threats do not always arrive with armies. They came to me speaking of a star, of a child-born king. King, there is room for only one. I smiled as I listened, but my thoughts turned sharp. A throne is never secure, and mercy has no place in survival. I had removed rivals before, brothers, sons, friends, and slept soundly after. I asked questions. When did the star appear? Where would this child be found? I spoke softly, carefully. Power does not shout, it calculates. I told them to find the child and to return to me. I said I wished to worship him. They believed the words. They believed the smile, but they never came back. That same night, another man was warned. Joseph, a carpenter. No crown, no army, no voice in the courts of power. Yet he listened when heaven spoke. He rose without hesitation, took the child and his mother, and fled into the darkness. Without knowing where the road would end, I waited. Days passed. No word came. No messenger. No child delivered to my hand. Then I knew. The threat had slipped through my fingers. So I gave the order. Let no rival live. Let no future rise against my throne. Let fear do what loyalty cannot. Bethlehem cried out in the morning. Streets fell silent. Homes were emptied of hope. But the child was gone. Beyond my reach. Beyond my rule. I ruled with fear. He was guarded by faith. And the kingdom I tried to destroy would outlive my name.
What followed were years that passed without record or recognition. No crowds gathered. No miracles announced his presence. Life unfolded quietly, day by day, moment by moment. To the outside world, nothing remarkable appeared to be happening. There were no signs to follow, no words recorded, no attention drawn. Only ordinary life, family, labor, learning, and growth. Yet purpose often develops where no one is watching. In silence, character forms. In routine, understanding deepens. These unseen years were not empty, they were formative. Strength was not displayed, but built. Not through authority, but through patience. Not through command, but through obedience. As time passed, awareness grew quietly. Of human struggle, of compassion, of responsibility. The experience of living among others shaped a resolve that could not be rushed. Nothing about these years appeared extraordinary, yet everything necessary was taking form. The story was not paused. It was preparing.